Well, hello everyone. Welcome once again to the virtual online stargazing from the Manfred Olson Planetarium. My name is Kieran Arnold and I am a planetarium presenter. And today I will be showing you a sky that is not in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is a sky that is in Malawi, a country in Africa. And this is in a city called Balaka. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's Balaka, spelled Balaka. And this is this is a city in Malawi, which is a country in middle to southern Africa. And today happens to be Sunday, April 19th, and this is kicking off the dark sky time of the year. And we are going to be taking a look at some objects in this dark sky here in Malawi, and we will be looking at a couple objects or parts of some objects that are familiar to us in Milwaukee, and then we'll look at some other things that are southern hemisphere objects that we don't get to see at our latitude in Milwaukee. Firstly, I'd like to show you a planet that's out tonight. The planet Venus happens to be right here. Venus is probably, in my opinion, the brightest thing after the sun and moon. Here in Stellarium, we can zoom in on it so we can see the phase of Venus. And here we have a really nice crescent Venus. Zoom back out, and we'll take a look at a few things that are familiar to us in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here is this constellation called Orion. We recognize this constellation as a prominent winter constellation for us in Milwaukee and in the northern hemisphere. Here we have Betelgeuse, which is a red star in the constellation of Orion. Betelgeuse and this star here called Bellatrix are the two shoulders of Orion. These three stars here make up Orion's belt. This blue star here called Rigel makes up one of his knees as well as this star. And if we move, it's just about to set below the horizon, but this is another star, another red star called Aldebaran. Aldebaran is in the constellation of Taurus, barely visible, it's about to set. These are some things that are familiar to us in the northern hemisphere. And up here we have the constellation of Gemini. These two stars here are Castor and Pollux. It only says Pollux for some reason, but this is Pollux and this is Castor. Another really bright star in this area of the sky that we're familiar with in the northern hemisphere is Capella, right here. All right, moving on over here. There's one prominent constellation or formation of stars that we are very familiar with in the northern hemisphere that is barely visible here in Malawi at this time. Here is the Big Dipper. Here are the two pointer stars of the Big Dipper that would be pointing to the North Star, which is not visible. It's down this way. But here are the pointer stars. Here's the shopping cart or frying pan of the Big Dipper. And then the handle is resting on the horizon right here. So that is the Big Dipper. Moving over here are a couple stars that are very interesting. Most interesting right here is Arcturus. Arcturus is an interesting star because we believe that it is an alien star, meaning that out of all these stars you see, this is the only one that is not from our galaxy. That's a prominent summertime star. But that is Arcturus, the alien star, and then over here is a pretty blue star called Spica. And that's a fun thing to say. It's a very fun word to say, Spica. And one thing that you certainly cannot see in a city like Milwaukee with all the city lights is this beautiful big band of light. And this is it's just in time for the dark sky time of the year. That is the Milky Way. This big cloud looking thing, that is the Milky Way. That is the group light of billions upon billions of stars. And the Milky Way stretches all the way across the sky. And actually sitting in the Milky Way is the brightest star in the sky called Sirius. There we have Sirius. And I will leave you with this pretty picture of the Milky Way. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.